So today I'm going to go over how to calculate your individual portions for your meals based off of your macros. Last week I went over how to calculate your macros, and this was the number one most asked question. Okay, I know how to calculate my macros now, but how do I find out what I need for each individual meal? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use MyFitnessPal.com. I have a computer right here below, and I'm going to be entering in the meals. And what I'm going to do, I want to make this as easy for you guys as possible. So I'm going to include what I'm entering in on MyFitnessPal, and I'm going to include that in the video for you guys to follow along both with what I'm saying and what I'm entering in on MyFitnessPal. Just to do a really quick recap, last week I calculated macros based off of a person who needs 1,800 calories a day. This was with creating a caloric deficit of 500 calories, and I went with the ratio of 40% carbs, 30% fat, and 30% protein. This brought your daily totals to needing 180 grams of carbs, 60 grams of fats, and 135 grams of protein. So what I'm going to show you how to do is how to divide that up between your different meals throughout the day. So personally, I eat 6 meals a day, 3 main meals and 3 snacks. So that's going to be the style of meals I enter in on MyFitnessPal. So what I do in this case is I divide the total of what I need for the entire day by 6. That way I can make sure that each meal is as balanced as possible. So in this case, for every 6 meal of the day, I would need 30 grams carbs, 10 grams fats, and 23 grams protein. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky because I don't want people to obsess over exact amounts. And as you're going to see, the total daily macros is not even going to be perfect, and that's not what it's about. It's just about getting as close as you can. Some meals might be a little bit higher in carbs, one meal might be a little bit higher in protein. It's just as getting it as balanced as you can. Personally, I believe in having balanced meals throughout the day. If you have a busy schedule, for example, and you just cannot make the 6 meals a day work, that's totally okay. You can, for example, say you can only have like 3 main meals and 1 snack. Divide your total daily macros by 4. And then that will let you know how many macros of each macro group that you would need for each respective meal, and just try your best to make sure that you get that amount in each of the 4 meals. Let's start with breakfast. So this is MyFitnessPal. And so I'm going to be looking down here because I have another screen in front of me. So this is where you would be entering in all of your meals. So here's breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. The one thing that I don't love about MyFitnessPal is because I have 3 snacks throughout the day, it only has 1 section for snacks. I would like for it to have here's snack 1, snack 2, snack 3, because as I enter in all the different snacks, it just jumbles up all the macro ratios. So you just have to kind of do a little bit of math and make sure that each individual snack meal is at the macro ratio that you need. Let's go ahead and add food for breakfast. So you can see here, these are ones that I've already entered in, but I'm going to go ahead and search them manually just so that you can see exactly how I do it. So let's type in, this will be the first meal, eggs. And just so you know, this is just like an example day that I created. It's not necessarily what I eat, even though I do eat most of these things. You could absolutely follow this day if you would like. I do have plans to do a video on what I eat in a day, so just stay tuned for that. So here are the eggs. The green check marks means that it's verified, so that's when they've actually gone through and they've checked the nutritional information that was entered in, and you can trust it. So, because a lot of these foods are member submitted, so what that means is they just look at the label and they enter in the information. I have found countless discrepancies. I've even put some in myself because I was like, this is not right. This is not it doesn't match the information, or, the portion size is off, things like that. So it's kind of another reason why I don't like obsessing over the exact amounts, because you could enter in all of your portions and maybe the information that was submitted was not correct, and then your numbers are going to be off anyways. So a ballpark, in my opinion, is totally okay. I'm going to try and find one with the green check mark. Let's go down to eggs, whole, raw. and I'm going to do 100 grams. So this is another thing right here is that you'll see all the different types of portions. So this, you can do 1 extra large egg, etc. Who knows what an extra large egg really is even like, so I prefer to do everything by grams if possible. I get a lot of questions on my meal plan, because in my meal plan I have everything by grams and not by cups or ounces, which is strange because I'm American, so I've grown up on cups and that measurement system. But as far as measuring your foods, doing it by grams is way more accurate. And all you need is a digital food scale. There are non-digital ones, but it's not necessary. The digital ones are like $10. So really, really affordable, and I promise it will make your life a lot easier. So I'm going to do everything by grams. So let's do 100 grams eggs, and you just go add to food diary. If you do want to check the nutritional information, just go to nutrition info, and it will tell you the information, and then you can cross-check it with if you have a label of something or if you've done other research about that item. And that's about it. So you go to add to food diary. Okay, so you can see the calorie information, carbs, fats, and protein, and sodium and sugar, which so you can see down here, these are the daily totals that I'm going to be aiming for by the end of the day, 1,800 calories, etc. The sodium and the sugar is just kind of automatically put in by MyFitnessPal, so I'm always under both the sodium and the sugar level, since those are two things that I really try to reduce. But if you're going over, it's something that you really want to pay attention to. Now I'm going to do egg whites. Okay, so for egg whites, I don't see one here that has a verified check mark that is what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for a generic raw egg white. So I'm going to click on this one. You can see this one has 1 confirmation. So if it doesn't have the green check mark, then you can look here to see if it has a confirmation or not. Let's check the other ones. This one's 3 confirmations. Here, it doesn't have a 100 gram serving, so I'm just going to go to 1 gram. And I'm going to type in 100. I'm going to add that to the food diary. And just a note about eggs, they're very good for you. This is an entirely different video conversation, but the fats in the yolk are good for you. The cholesterol in the yolk is good for you. I do have scientific research data that I found on this that is recent studies that will go into more information. If you want any of those sources, just comment below and I can send those to you. Because this is a really big conversation. I get a lot of people telling me how bad eggs and egg yolks all are for you, and they're good for you in moderation. So that's why I only have 100 grams of egg yolk, which is about 2 yolks on average. Now we're going to add the oatmeal. So I always just type in old-fashioned oats. And if you have a specific brand, you can look for the brand. I feel like old-fashioned oats should be about the same if they're genuinely old-fashioned oats and they don't have any added flavors or anything like that. So I'm pretty fine with just choosing, the first one is fine, and it says it's verified. Okay, but as you can see here, it does not have a 100 gram or 1 gram measurement option, and those are really the only 2 that I ever use. If you need 40 grams, then you can go ahead and use that one because it says 40 grams dry right here. Personally, I like to always choose either the 1 gram or 100 grams, so I'm going to search for a different one. Let's see. 1 gram dry. Let's do 40 grams. And let's see where we're at. Okay, so here you can look at the meal and you can compare the food items and their macros with what you need. So we need 30 grams per meal of carbs, 10 grams fats, and 23 grams protein. So here we have 29 grams carbs, so that's about on. Then we have 13 grams fats, which is a little high, but within a few grams, it's totally okay. And then we have 30 grams protein, which is a bit higher. We needed only 23 grams. So what you can actually do is you just click on each of them, and then instead of 100 grams, 1 serving, you change it to 0.8, and that will give you 80 grams. So let's lower also the egg whites to 80 grams. So instead of 100 servings of 1 gram, I'm going to do 80. Okay. So now we are at 28 grams carbs, 11 grams fats, and 25 grams protein. So I think that's about good. We're within 1 to 2 grams on each of the meals. So that is just to show you how you can enter in a meal, and then you can look at the macros to see where you're at, if you need more of one thing, less of another thing, and then you can adjust accordingly. Where this gets hard in the beginning is that you have to enter in these meals before you eat it, because you need to know what portions you need. So if you're also doing like meal prep and you need to prepare all of your meals for the entire day, you need to really map out your meals, put in the portions, so that way you know how much you need to cook of each item. It's not that hard over time. It takes a bit to get into the routine and to learn what portions you need. Also, I'm a big believer that after you get in the habit of doing this, you're not going to need to do this every day. Like if you know that you need 80 grams of egg whites and 80 grams of eggs every day, or for that particular meal, then you can just eat it and carry on with your day. You don't need to, track it every single time. Now let's go on to the first snack. So I'm going to go to add foods for snacks. These are some of the ones I already entered in, but I want to show you how I'm actually searching for them. So let's do 1 slice of Ezekiel bread. If you are looking for a healthy bread option, Ezekiel bread is amazing. I really only know where you can find it in terms of living in the United States. If you go to any grocery stores, it should be in the frozen food section. And it's from Food for Life is the brand, and it's so good for you. It's made from organic sprouted grain. Much better for you than traditional bread options. So let's just do 1 slice, is totally fine. Add to food diary. And then let's make like an almond butter banana Ezekiel bread snack. We're going to do 75 grams. So I'm going to enter in 0.75 since it's a 100 gram portion. For the almond butter, I'm going to type in Rapunzel because that's the one that I use, and I know that they have a gram option. I'm not finding any other ones that have grams. So Rapunzel organic almond butter, so 1 gram. Let's do 20 grams. And that should be roughly a tablespoon or 2. Okay, so now when I was creating this daily meal plan, this was actually the last meal that I entered in. I decided to put it in as the first snack because of the Ezekiel bread. I try to reduce the amount of carbs that I have at the end of the night, so I changed it from a last snack to a first snack, but I know that at the end of the day that the macros are going to even out. So just to show you, it has 31 grams carbs, 12 grams fats, and 9 grams protein. So we're way low on the protein, but since I did this as one of the last meals, it's going to balance out anyways. Now let's go on to lunch. We're going to do a whole wheat tortilla wrapped with salmon and avocado. You can always enter in other veggies or anything else, but I'm just entering in the main items just to give you an idea of how to enter in the meals. So let's type in whole wheat tortilla. Okay, and let's do the Ortega one. 1 tortilla, that's totally okay. So let's go to add to food diary. Let's add salmon. Okay, salmon, this one is verified. I'm going to do 1 gram, and then let's go ahead and go with 100 grams. Ooh, just 100. I hope this isn't confusing you guys. Okay, and then let's do avocado. See, it already has it in here, but I want to show you guys how I'm actually searching it. Okay, there was a USDA one, so that one I trust. So I'm going to type in 30 grams. Okay, so now for lunch, we have 28 grams carbs, 7 grams fats, and 23 grams protein. So that meal is perfect. Now we're going to go on to the next snack, and like I said, this is where I don't really like MyFitnessPal because I'm going to enter the snacks and it's not going to tell me what that exact snack was, so we're just going to have to do a little bit of math in our head. So the next snack is going to be a protein shake with banana and almonds, and you can change it to like an apple, for example, if you don't want more than 1 banana. I generally do try to have different fruits throughout the day. This is just the example that I had created. Okay, so my protein, I get asked a lot on the type of protein that I like, and I like isolized species. From what I've found, it is one of the most pure protein products out there. I am looking into, this is a whey protein. I am looking into finding like a plant-based protein just to see how my body reacts to it, since whey is made from lactose, which is milk. And I tried one. I think it was Vega, and it was horrible. I hated it. It was like, it tasted, the taste was really bad. And just like the texture, it was like cement. Like it was really, really gunky, so I was kind of let down. And so I'm still looking for another option, but since I live in Italy, it's hard enough to find any fitness product to begin with, let alone a vegan or plant-based protein. So I always have to wait until I go back home to the US to do that. So isolized protein, so chocolate peanut butter, 1 scoop. All right, so it has 27 grams of protein per scoop, which is a really good amount. We're gonna do 100 grams of banana. And you wanna weigh it outside of the peel, so you wanna open it up and slice it into like a cup or something before you measure it. Okay, and then the last thing, almonds. Same thing as almond butter before, but a different form, but they're really good for you for fats. You can do any type of nut. You can do peanuts, cashews, almonds, etc. Those are some of the more common ones. So let's find the grams. Yes, I'm always so happy when I see one that has the grams. Makes my life so much easier. All right, so let's do 20 grams. Okay. No, I put 2,000. This is where you have to be careful because I need to put 0.2. For this one, if you just add it up, that's 25 grams carbs, 11 grams fats, and we're good on this one. This would be 32 grams protein for that snack. So you're good to go. Actually, let's do dinner. Okay, I hit snacks, but you can just, it'll let you change it to dinner in a minute. Okay, so for dinner, let's do chicken. Grilled chicken. So we can use this grilled chicken breast strips. It has 1 gram. And we're gonna do, let's do 75 grams of chicken. Oh, actually, I forgot. I needed to add that to dinner. So if you ever add it to the wrong meal, you can just choose from here and add it to dinner instead. Okay, so now let's do the lentils. And you want to, generally with things that's like rice or lentils or oatmeal, you always want to measure it dry because after you cook it, the weight is going to change because of the water content. So you always want it to specify whether it's already cooked or if it's raw. So in this case, raw lentils. We're going to do, let's see, let's do 30 grams. Okay, so let's choose some other veggies. Now this is a sticky area when it comes to counting macros because as you're going to see, veggies don't affect your macros very much. What I see people doing when they're counting macros is they just don't eat veggies because it doesn't do anything for their macros. But personally, I don't believe in eating just to satisfy your macros. I believe in eating healthy to fuel your body and so that you feel good. And veggies have so many other things that aren't in the macronutrient food groups. They're actually your micronutrient food groups, which are your vitamins and your minerals, and your fiber. It's so important. So I still believe, although I am tracking my macros, I also believe in making sure that I still have a balanced meal between veggies and things like that. So let's add, so you can already see here what I'm going to add. Zucchini. Okay, we can go ahead and do cooked. And one, I mean, they're usually pretty average size, so you can just go ahead and do 1 squash. Actually, let's do half the squash because I'm gonna add some other veggies. In here, actually, I didn't even catch this. I accidentally put in 3,000 grams. I meant to put in 0.3 of the lentils, so you need to be careful of that. Okay, let's do some carrots. And you can do raw, and we'll do 1 small carrot. Okay, let's do 1 teaspoon. So for dinner, we have 27 grams carbs, 7 grams fats, and 28 grams protein. And so it's a little bit high in protein, but as we saw in another snack, it was a little bit low, so it's going to help balance it out. Now for the last snack. Let's do a Greek yogurt and apple, which is one of my favorite nighttime snacks. And we're going to add in some cashews for some good fats. I like Faye is the brand that I'm going to look into. Okay, Faye. I mean, you can do 0% or you can do the full fat. The full fat, you just wouldn't need cashews in this case because it would satisfy that good fat requirement for you. So I'm going to go ahead because I want to add cashews in here. I'm going to do the 0%. Okay, 0 confirmations, 2 confirmations. Okay, let's try, I want to put in 170 grams. Okay, here we go. Okay, now let's add in some apple. Okay, I want to find one with grams. Here we go. So let's do 100 grams apple. And then the very last item is going to be cashews. So cashews, let's see. That's actually one of the items that I've recently become obsessed with, that before I started eating healthy, I just didn't like cashews. Just because I thought they were weird. I automatically decided before I ever tried them that I didn't like them. But it's something that I recently started trying and I love them. So 25 grams of cashews. Okay. So here we are. So this is now I'm going to look at the entire macros for the entire day. Out of the 1,800 calories, we have 59 left, which is really good. I try to get within 100. We are a little bit under on carbs. So once you have this in for the entire day, you can look at the daily macros and you can say, okay, in this meal, I was a little bit low on carbs and I have 12 grams still of room, so you can increase that if you need. You hit the nail on the head with fats, actually says 59, so you're just 1 under, and you're over on 5 grams of protein. So say you look at these and you want to try to get them as close as possible. Let's see a meal that's high in protein. It looks like the dinner was. So let's lower this, let's take it down to 65 grams and let's see how that affects the macros. Okay, so you're 2. But this is the idea, is that you can go ahead and let's say even on carbs, let's increase this to 40, increase the carbs a bit. Okay, so you can see that you're in a really good range of what your macros should be, and that's about it. So this is what I've been doing to make sure that I'm hitting my macros, give or take 100 calories and give or take 5 grams of each macro group by the end of the day. I really don't want anyone to be tracking their meals super obsessively because that's not what it should be about. Eating healthy should be about fueling your body and eating the right foods so that you can feel good. And if you do want to kind of, narrow in your portions so that you can get certain results, then this is what I would recommend doing. But still keep in mind what the entire journey is about. And it's about just being healthy and feeling good. So that is how you would use MyFitnessPal to track your portions and your macros. I hope it helped and you guys enjoyed it. Please write below in the comments if you have any questions or any comments, what you thought about the video, and I will see you guys next time. You lose fat from your overall body, including from your breasts, and since breasts are thigh slimming exercises, actually they're not really going to do anything for you, unfortunately.